Shines. I have no clue what the lighting is like here, but that's okay. I just am checking in with you guys again. Life is pretty bizarre. I'm having a lot of opportunity to reevaluate, check and see if I'm grounded and centered and connecting with the divine, and because I keep going into overwhelm, which causes me anxiety, and then I'm like, okay, relax. Is it mine? Is it not mine? Kind of getting regrounded. I have a couple of little thoughts here. I think it's kind of interesting. It's a little different perspective on things right now. My friend pointed out that life, or she pointed out how sometimes we go to a school and we'll go into a class and we study all these things in class, and then we get put into a lab, right? And in the lab, we're now taking all the stuff we've learned and putting it into practical application. And she says, it's like you've been studying all of this stuff all along. You've been in your class for a long time, and now you're in the lab. And she also thought she likened me onto a little birdie flapping her little wings. I'm not going to fall, but it's like all of a sudden it's like time to take all these things that I know and put them into action. My knowledge about manifesting is really being tested right now. My knowledge about staying true to myself and staying connected and everything. And life is like that. Sometimes we have these learning periods of, we're actually learning, kind of book learning type of learning. We're learning, and now it's like, okay, well, you're not applying it very well in your life, so I'm going to give you reason to. And that's the important thing about life, is remembering that life and God and the universe, they're always here to support the highest and best outcome for life and God and the universe. And so everything that happens in our life is with the purpose of creating the best. Sometimes it feels pretty awful because we've manifested some pretty nasty things. Like my mom right now has cancer spread throughout her whole body. She may not make it. If she does make it, it will be an absolute miracle. But we believe in miracles, so it could happen, right? And so her body is in this systemic, is that the word? Anyway, it's just so crazy, but it's because she had emotions she never dealt with. She had all of this stuff underneath that has been building to the point where it came out physically in the form of cancer. And that happens to us. And for me, it's like, okay, all the more reason to make sure that I am not stuffing my feelings right now, that I give myself permission to feel everything that I'm feeling, that I give myself permission to cry when I feel like crying, that I give myself permission to be happy when I feel like being happy, and not allow there's a part of me every once in a while gets this little twinge of thought, you don't have a right to be happy, your mom's in a hospital and may not come out. Where do you get off being happy? And I'm like, that's not the truth. You can be happy at all times. And it's important to allow yourself to feel all of the feelings. When things are pretty bad, allow yourself to feel happy in those times and don't worry about what people think. And when things are, when you're really happy and you drop into something else, it's okay too. Allow yourself to feel it. And that's, why feelings are here. We're here to feel them all. So allow those things to happen. And right now it's okay for me to have moments of happy, and it's okay for me to have moments of anxiety, and it's okay for me to have lots of tears and sometimes question whether or not things will turn out okay. Even though I know that everything's always going to work out for the best. It's always working out for the best. And maybe that means that my mom is going to pass away very shortly. But for whatever reason, that's going to be the best. I believe that she's going to an amazing place. But I also believe that she could come home, and that would be its own sets of challenges. Either option has its own set of challenges, and both of those options could happen. And maybe something completely different could happen. Who knows? But if I get caught up in any particular feeling, not allowing myself to feel happy, or spending too much time in anxiety or whatever, then no matter which way, I'm going to kind of be in some way or form stuck. So I'm choosing to allow myself, and when feel like I'm maybe resisting feeling something, I remind myself to feel it. I give myself permission to feel it fully and completely. And if I feel like I'm kind of nervous about doing that, I pray for help, so that I can feel them fully and completely, so that I can feel all the grief, so that I can feel all the feels. And part of this going up and down and being vulnerable in front of my children is so that they too can see that they can have feelings, and they're going to have positive feelings and negative feelings in a really weird time. And I know I'm not the only one who's going through craziness right now. Like, most of the world is in this such chaotic, like, we don't even know what's going on. We don't know how to feel. Feel your feelings, guys. Let them all come out. Feel the positive feelings. Feel the negative feelings. Start looking and start counting the positive things. What are the positive things that are coming out of this situation right now? Even if you can only get one. And I actually just read this book the other day, and I don't remember the name of the book or the person who wrote it, but it was really interesting. She's like, okay, write one positive thing. And then she's like, okay, you've written one. Now write two. Oh, you've written two. Now write 5. Oh, you could come up with 5, write 10. You can come up with 10, write 20. So it's like, start with that one and then push yourself to see if you can find some more. But even if you can only find one positive thing, that's okay. But keep pushing yourself to find the positive things. Acknowledge the amazing things that are happening in your life and express gratitude for them. Those are what I'm trying to do for myself. There are positives that are coming out of this situation. I'm having to stretch. Step up and do things that I didn't want to do. I'm finding that I have a lot more strength inside of me than I gave myself credit for. So there are amazing things happening from this situation. There was also sad things. I can't deny that. That's just the way it is. But I can look for the positive things, so I can help remind myself to choose to let those feelings flow through me. Not choose to always push them away, but to just be like, okay, we're going to feel this for a minute, and then we're going to remember that there are good things coming. I hope this all makes sense. I have no clue what's going on in my life. I am literally taking life one moment at a time. I had somebody ask me this morning, like, what time can we expect you tonight? And I'm like, I have no clue. I'm literally, right now, I know that these are the things that I want to get done before I go to physical therapy. And then I'm going to physical therapy, and then I'm doing this, and I'm like literally living life one moment by moment, because my need to control and plan is needing to chill. I'm finding out how much more I still have been wanting to control things when life is completely out of control. So life is an adventure, and we get to choose how we respond to it. And I'm choosing to allow myself to feel things and look for the positive. I love you guys. My mom's calling, so have a great day. I'll see you guys next time.